Hi guys, it's Lily. I promised you guys a edge coat video, so this is just gonna be a short one, um, because I don't do videos longer than 30 minutes because my phone cuts off and I don't know how to edit. So I'm just gonna go over a little bit of how you do it and what I use, and hopefully it helps some of you out there make a few more dollars on your purses instead of selling them as is, and maybe they take forever to sell because they've got issues or whatever. Anyway, so let's go over the equipment first. My friend made me these. I have two of them because some straps are longer so that I can like put them with each other. All it is a 2x4, and he made a groove with a circular saw and sanded it down for me real good so that I don't get splinters and it doesn't catch on the leather of the purse and scratch it and what have you. So ordinarily we would use this on a regular purse strap, and it would go something, this is a small one, but it would go something like this. This is how you would hold your strap, and you would just feed it through when you're edge coating it. That's why he made me two, so that I can do longer sections at a time. Other thing I use is sandpaper, and this is 150 grit. Don't go any less than that. Always go a higher number because you don't want to scratch your leather. You want to scratch it up enough so that the edge coat has something to adhere to better, and that's it, or to just feather out from the bad to the good. So I have that, and then I use a edge coat roller pen. You don't have to use one of these. I find it's a lot easier and neater, so that's what I use. And I use Phoebings. You guys may call it some Phoebings. That's what I call it. It's just an edge roller pen. It comes like this. I got mine from Amazon. You can get it from Tandy Leather, any leather store. I also use the same brand of edge coat. I also got this from Amazon because Tandy is 2.5 hours from me. So otherwise I would have bought it from Tandy. Anyway, so I have Q-tips. I have little cotton pads, better than cotton balls because they don't leave little bits of cotton. 70% alcohol. Don't go any higher than this on this project. On ink and stuff like that, yes, I use up to 99.7, I believe it is, for ink on purse linings and spots, that sort of thing. Okay, so I know they sell a kit out there. I've seen it. I almost purchased it, but since my son works with leather, I felt it better to get these things individually. The kit works just fine. Just kind of put in place whatever I'm using versus what the kit has, and I'll try to explain the differences as I go. And for heaven's sakes, do not wear sleeves. I did one side of this purse earlier today, and I'll show it to you. Well, this is the side I did earlier today. I do need to put one more coat up here where it had come off, and I sanded it down just to even it out. And I haven't buffed it yet, and it's still pretty nice and shiny. So you wouldn't have to buff this if you didn't want to. If you did want to, you would just use a soft cloth and just buff it when you're done. Just buff it. That's it. Quick and easy. Okay. Why? Oh, I know why I had that. All right, so let's get started. This is what it looks like. It's pretty rough. It's a beautiful purse. I cleaned it. It's ready to go, except for the edge coating and the final conditioning on the outside. Oh, I'm going to be a little bit slow today. My arthritis is acting up pretty bad. I've been doing way too much cleaning. So anyway, the first thing you want to do, I'm hoping this is, I'm trying something new with my camera, so I hope this works. Okay, the first thing you want to do is just where the spot is like completely out, you want to feather this out so it's not so rough, because then you'll have to put a lot of additional coats. Before I start, don't wear sleeves, because this is what I did today, doing that other one by accident. And oh my goodness, had I not been looking, I didn't know I had gotten it on my sleeve. And when I reached over the purse, it got on the purse. And you do have, 30 seconds to a minute and a half to maybe get it off before you ruin your purse. You don't want to ruin your purse. So once you start this process, this stuff is made to be permanent. So with that in mind, don't be prepared to not touch anything except for the section that you're working on. Don't pick up a purse. Don't list clothes. Make sure you wash up good and wear short sleeves. Since I've already ruined my shirt, I'm just going to roll them up so they're not in the way and they don't drag into the edge coat. Another thing, do not shake these. It says so right on the label. If you order from Amazon, it's covered, so you won't see that. What I do is I just flip it upside down and I put it back up and we're good to go. Something about the bubbles. You don't want the bubbles in the edge coat. All right, so let's go ahead and start here. We're just going to gently sand, just try to feather out that bump from the parts that's missing or cracked. Take your finger along the edges. And when you feel that it's semi-smooth, you're not going to get it completely smooth, so don't go all OCD like me. And then do a very light, just a very light scratching over the rest of it. Because the reason I do that is because you can't just edge coat one area. You edge coat one area and you're going to see the difference. So you're going to have to do your area, build it up a little bit. So you're going to have to do more than one coat. Let it dry in between about 15 minutes or so until you build it up as high as the factory edge coat. So anyway, we're just going to rough it up a little bit. I'm not sure if they do this in the, if they provide you with sandpaper in the kits. But this is how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. You can do it another way. But you can see all that stuff. Okay, sorry about that. That was my fault. I guess I should not have banged on this thing. My dogs think someone's knocking on the door or something. Alright, so in this step in the kit that you would buy for someone that is providing you an entire kit, alcohol is what I use as the primer. And so I said don't go over 70% because that is not good for the leather. You don't ever want to put alcohol on leather. So be very careful. Just lightly brush it where you are going to edge coat it. Just like that. Just to clean it. It's basically just to clean it. You've already primed it by sanding and cleaning that off. That's your prime right there. For us DIYers, they do sell primer, but my understanding is it is acetone / alcohol. So why buy something else when this works just fine? Okay, so that is done. Now you're not going to want to move this when you're done. This stuff is very messy, so make sure you do it in an area that you don't have anything important. Don't wear important clothes. Like I said, it is made to be permanent. Once it sets, it is permanent. So, yeah. Okay. So let me see. Let me put this in the screen just for a minute, just to kind of show you what I do. Can you see that? I don't know. This camera's at a weird angle for me, so you just dip it in. Can you see? Can you see how much I got on there? Not a lot. First thing you would do is just, this rolls itself. I should have shown you that. But it rolls itself, so you don't have to worry so much about where you are. If you get it on the leather outside of the roll, the previous edge coat, I would take just a Q-tip with a little, just tiny bit of water, you know, tap it out so you're not soaking wet, and just go over it and make sure you keep moving the Q-tip so that you don't keep transferring the black onto your leather. All right, see, so that's the first coat. Oops, like that. Lily just did it. See, I'm taking out the water, move it around, get that off of there. All right, so, and you can pick it up. It's not going to drip, you know, because edge coating is not always perfectly straight. So you're going to have to finagle, like right here. It's not straight. That's why it's not going in that little hole for me. But it rolls. So you don't have to worry about a Q-tip or any other applicator not doing its job, because this does the job for you, and it makes it so easy. So can you see that? I don't know how to do this without messing everything up. This is how it starts right here. I don't know if you can see that. But you can see the color difference because this is worn. And this is probably, I couldn't tell whether this was brown or black because it's older. It looked black to me. The brown didn't look dark enough. I probably should have done brown first. But I didn't, so I will be probably touching up all of the other edge coating on this purse too, because I'm just that way. All right, so once you get over this, like I said, you're going to have to do a couple coats over the raw area that you sanded down quite a bit. The rest of it, and make sure you shake this off. Don't get too much on your roller. The rest of it, you just very easily just roll it. It rolls by itself. All you got to do is guide it. Oops, must not have got any on that one. All you got to do is guide it. See, this is the mistake I made with the other side. I did this side, and then I reached across to do the other side. So learn from my mistakes, because I did it again today on this one. Do the other side first. Side away from you so that you work towards yourself. So I'm just going to do this. If I had my sleeve on, I'd have been in that black. So please do not wear sleeves when you're doing this. See, I just brushed it with my finger. But it just rolls on. And when you have a thick one like this, you may have to roll the side. So watch your angle. So that you don't get it on the leather. And of course do it on the back side as well. But yeah, I probably should have used brown on this, so I will be touching up the rest of the edge coating with black, just so that it all matches and all looks nice and new. So when you just let the roller do the work, you'll have very little, if any, mistakes. If it's not perfectly, what is? I don't know if you can see that. It's not on the leather, on the wine color. It is just on the edge coating, and that's done. Except for you're going to need to put a few extra coats just to build it up on the part that was missing in the beginning. And I will do that. I will come back about every 10-15 minutes and do a little roll where it needs to be built up until I'm satisfied. And the rest of this is done, so you don't have to keep going over the whole thing. Just once you get your first coat on, you just go over the rest of it until you build it up to where you want the height that you want it to be in line with the other. And then when it's completely dry, and I would let it, unless if you're not in a hurry, my suggestion would be to let it sit. Just let it sit overnight. So do it in a place where you don't have to move it. Like I won't move this, and when I'm completely done with it, I will probably come back tomorrow or really late tonight and buff it and be done. So it's not that difficult. This. Okay, so sorry about that. My son came home and my dogs just go crazy when he comes home. So basically that's it. Come back, give it a few 10-15 minutes to dry, and then come back and do the section that was dry. And I did wait a few minutes, gave the dogs a chance to settle down, and just go over this section again. The rest of it is going to be fine. The color is going to stay the same. And I'll probably do it, I'll be honest with you, I'll probably do it 2 or 3 more times before I'm happy with the height of it matching the rest of it. You just got to build it up. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. It's really not that difficult. The first one's a little bit scary, but it's not hard. It keeps you from having to have purses sitting in your closets or your Poshmark, your eBay, your Mercari, Etsy, whatever, wherever you sell. Keeps you from having to sit on them for a long time, because me personally would rather buy one that doesn't have these issues than buy one that does, even if I have to pay a little bit extra. So anyway, I hope this helped you. Let me know if you have any comments, if there's anything else you want to see or would like me to do. I'd be more than happy to do it. And I hope everyone has a great day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Lily out.